Hey everybody, welcome back to the third hour of episode 10 of Once Upon a Game, the story game variety show. We're playing Ben Robbins' game Follow. And so far, if you're just tuning in now, we are playing a group of dwarves who are living in this a place called Goldmire, which is sort of like our dwarven mountain home, but it's been taken over by this weird like necrotic shadow dragon who kind of like rules over us as and makes us his slaves, and he can like mentally dominate people, and he like sucks their souls out of them, leaving them like sort of like soulless, not slaves, but I don't know, thralls is the word I'm thinking of. Exactly. Yeah, thank you.
Good word.
So
Perfect word.
Yeah, it's awesome. Anyways, we failed our first challenge horribly. We tried to open these magma floodgates, which are kind of like an old symbol of Goldmire prior to the dragon coming, and my character ended up betraying the group and leaving because I fucking suck at picking the right token color, apparently. Thanks, Dice. Anyways, we're in the midst of our second challenge. We're trying to rally people to our cause, and we're going to be doing that by we found a way to sneak into the dragon's treasure trove, and he's been harvesting souls of dwarves there, but we don't know which ones we want to release out who can like inspire and rally to our cause other people. So we had to track down a historian who can help us. And we finally convinced the historian to help us, and that's where play begins. So I believe this is Dark Lavender Void's turn to set the scene and describe what's going on. Make it so.
Okay, so one of my own characters has to be in the scene. I finally figured out what I needed to do or what was going on. So I feel like Ondeg's there, and I feel like we're trying to, like, we're actually releasing the souls to gather support.
Okay.
So Ondeg, he's like shepherding the souls, like he has like some fancy ass dwarven staff, and the souls are just like following him, and there's like a sort of mist cloud of chosen souls behind him.
I'm thinking of have you guys seen the animated Hercules? You know, the Disney, or
yes.
Is it Disney? Yeah, it's Disney.
Yeah.
You know, like Hades, like the Well of Souls kind of thing, like that kind of like mist of souls and shit. Is that?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are all these dwarven ghosts, and we're leading them out.
Mm-hmm. And the person who's with me probably has to be Dolan. Because I just want him along so I can look at his hot bod.
Wait, you mean Velen? Is Velen here? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if we're succeeding at that, the rules say we must describe how this action puts another member of the Fellowship in danger or difficulty.
Sure.
So, also called the consequence effect.
Cool.
So what do you think's going on as we're like doing this? As we're getting rid of these, we're shepherding out these souls. My first thought is that we're detected. No, I know what it is. I think maybe Glorin shows up with like guards being like, stop there, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we have to get in like some badass dwarven fight.
Okay.
So yeah, I think Glorin leads a group of people, and I think we see Hjaldir the Elder being like, "You fools, we're doomed. We'll never get out of here."
Or will we? And Random like looks at the list they have.
Yeah.
And like you see like scribbled on the list is Glorin's name. and
Okay.
abandon stuff. What if we just gave them souls right now? They don't even have to be the right souls.
Ondeg's probably just like looking furious as soon as this began.
We can swap the souls around later, right?
Oh, we're just gonna let them go.
No,
At
we're
this
going
point-
to put souls into the guards and hope that
They help us.
they help us.
Is that maybe the scene of where our challenge picks up? To see if they help us or not? And see how
Yeah.
things go?
All right.
So I have this staff, I think, because, or Ondeg has this staff because he's the one who's shepherding the souls, and the souls are attracted to this object. It's like an object of spiritual significance. So to put the souls into those bodies, I have to like charge into like this line of guards, and then I probably just like whatever that game is, like Red Rover, I just like go through their line and put the ghosts into them, and then that might be the end of the scene.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay. So now we get to do the outcome thing again, right? So we get to play the outcome game.
I like this part.
So once again, we start with a white token and a red token. So white, one is white, two, red. If your main character is unhappy about the path the fellowship has taken, we will hold one red stone. If your main character actually wants the quest to fail, hold 2 red stones. Otherwise, hold no stones. So 0, 1, or 2. I'm going to bring over the chat thing here. And once again, pre-write what you want to have, the number of stones. And then I'm going to do a countdown of 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Nice. So we're not adding any extra red ones. We haven't diluted our pool. And now, each player takes a white and a red. So this is going to be 1 for white, 2 for red. As a player, so as us, do we think that the Fellowship did what was necessary to succeed at this challenge? So 1, so you're going to type 1 if yes, 2 if no. And once again, we're going to do it secretly, and then we're going to reveal simultaneously. So 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Nice.
Now, Eric, make sure you pull out the red stone first.
Right?
And there'll be only white stones left.
Ah,
Yeah.
so that's clever. Here's my question, though. I want to know if doing the second challenge, the first challenge influences it. Because I know the third challenge it does. The first challenge obviously doesn't. But the outcome of the third challenge, you add 1 right for each successful challenge and 1 red for each failed challenge. Doesn't say anything about the second challenge. Okay, that's fine. I'll leave it as second challenge as is, as written. But I'm flagging that for Ben to look at. I roll now. So it's a D5. This is our first token. A 4. Sweet, so we got a white. And now I
We got
roll a
this.
D4.
Don't say that.
White.
Oh, okay.
White.
Finally.
Finally. Jesus.
This is the first time I played my game where we just straight up won.
Right? Challenge is 1. So we don't lose anyone in the process either. So yeah, this works. So like, we see like the guards like realize like they are who they are. They shake off the corruption, and stuff. Maybe they like join our side. We
Nice.
see a montage of like people in like taverns being like rallying against the dragon and stuff like that, and like American Revolution rabble rousing.
Nice.
Maybe. I don't
But
know.
Lauren's
Anyone else
still
want to add
a
anything?
non-playable character, right?
Oh yeah, what happens to Glorin, guys? Does he come back?
I think he comes back, but the dragon is still forcing him to do things.
Yeah, he's
It
like
doesn't matter
twisted.
if or not.
He's like the twisted, angsty character of our story. He's the edgelord.
Yeah.
I have my soul, and now I don't want to do what the dragon wants me to do
Yeah.
anymore, but it's forcing me to do this.
Yeah, totally. So I'm gonna say basically as players, are we okay with Glorin returning to scenes as a playable character?
I think
Yeah,
that's
that's fine.
Okay.
Because here's the thing, right? Like, you can make any character be a playable character.
That's
so
true.
why only exclude?
Yeah, that's
certain
true. That's kind of a dumb question. That's a dumb thing to say by me. I'm sorry about that. You're right. No, that was stupid. Yeah, you totally
There's
could
something
just.
I would ask the creator of the game, like, if you can just make up new characters and play them,
What
why
stop?
can't you just keep
Well,
doing
because
that?
like some characters die, right? If they're dead, and you're playing like it depends on the fiction, right? But we're like dealing with like afterlives and souls and stuff, so it's a little weird, right? Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So that challenge is done. Now we go to our third and final challenge. This is Adam's challenge, right?
Yeah.
Cool. You get to select, just like the first two times, you select one of those challenges up there.
This game works really well with 3 players because then everybody gets to do whenever everything.
Yeah, it is very like tight knit.
Oh yeah, that's right. This game is 3 to 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well then that makes sense. I had in my mind that it had a minimum of 2 players, but obviously that doesn't work. Okay. Get the weapons we need from where? There's one of these I wanted to do.
Yep. So the challenges are there on the screen. I know they're
find it.
Okay.
Again.
I was thinking we could capture a critical enemy base, like a guard tower on the outside or something.
Oh yeah, I wanted to tap enemy communications. That was the one that I thought was interesting because he has like ghostly servitors and other kinds of servitors as well. So I want to like find a way to like siphon off his like psychic commands and stuff.
You want to join the psychic mind link with the dragon?
Or just find out what's going on.
Okay.
Okay. If we can, because if we can like use the dragon's power against him, then maybe we can like stop his ability to dominate souls, and we can like rise up as one or something like that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, some kind of giant thing like that. So, anyways, let's do this then. So
pick
you would pick a main character, Adam. You select a main character. It can't be one of yours, but you pick a main character to set the first scene, and that person pits the character that you select's player then creates the first scene.
Okay. I am going to pick. The doctor.
Nice.
Okay. We're tapping enemy communications.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we see the doctor and Glorin, and the doctor has Glorin strapped to a table, and he's got that metal rod that's humming in his hands.
What do I have in my hands? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
No, the doctor has a metal rod.
Oh, okay.
This is healing staff.
Got it. Is
Mercy.
it what is it? A caduceus? Caduceus?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a hard C or a soft C. Caduceus?
Yeah.
I don't. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready. All right. Yeah, the doctor has it pointed at Lauren, and it's giving off this really loud hum. Yes, I can confirm that the dragon is mentally commanding Lauren and at this very moment is looking at us through Glorin's eyes.
Awesome.
This is our chance
to tap into how it's working. Yeah.
We can interrogate the dragon itself.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And I think the dragon speaks through Thorn's mouth.
Okay, I'll do that.
You want to do it? Okay.
Yeah. Stupid, pitiful creatures. You know nothing of great power.
I want to make a household renovations joke.
Do it.
Great.
I know
terrible
much about household renovations, Great Dragon.
You think this is the first stronghold that I've ever taken over? I have been sleeping and conquering since the dawn of the first age. This is nothing.
Yet
You have no hope. Your souls will taste delicious.
Over a tiny, minuscule part of the world and cut it away from the rest of the world. You must fear something if that is the case. And if you fear something, we can use it against you.
I fear nothing. I am what things are afraid of.
And
I am the
prove it.
fear.
Release the seals that have kept the dwarven people trapped. And call out to the world to confront you and evil. I will believe forever you are nothing but a pitiful worm.
And you are nothing but food.
But tell me, Dragon, what is it you are doing right now?
I'm sorry, what did I say? Dragon, you're doomed.
I said, no, I told the dragon, I commanded the dragon to tell me its plans.
You command the dragon to tell you its plans?
Does it work?
If it does, then we can demand a sacrifice. Or a consequence. And I think it does.
If there's a sacrifice or a
Yeah.
consequence?
Maybe you do.
Maybe we have to tell it our plans? Like
No,
maybe...
it's gotta put someone in danger.
Okay. I guess the doctor should be in danger then. And he's in danger of being possessed by the dragon. Because the dragon who was good.
Oh yeah, then it's like come here, like come close. Come close, right?
Okay.
And,
If I remember the rules correctly, it has to put somebody else in danger. If like the doctor's doing something difficult, it has to put another member of the fellowship in danger. If I remember that correctly.
oh, okay.
I'll double check.
Then I think it would tell
describe
you.
how your action puts
But
another.
it has to be ending this in danger of being possessed.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, okay. Then obviously what it's doing is like, so it tells you its plans or whatever. And it's like, it laughs and it's like, and the best of all is that like I've captured Ellie as my personal slave. You know, since you like planned so much, it's a shame that she'll never hear what you have to say because she is mine. Mwahahaha. And she's in
Not
danger.
for long, evil spirit.
Cool.
Alright, so I guess we can end it there.
Probably seen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So that was you, Velen, right? That was your scene?
I think we broke the rules. Because we successfully tapped the enemy communication.
No, we didn't.
Okay.
Not like completely.
Okay.
So we have 2 more scenes.
Alright, your turn, I guess. I mean, Garrett.
Obviously, it's going to be Glorin, and Glorin's going to lead you guys to where he thinks the dragon's keeping Ellie. Right?
Okay.
Being like, while I was under the dragon's thing or whatever, I was able to decipher where she's being kept. So this would probably be like an all play. Like basically, like everybody will be in the scene as we need it.
Sure.
And we're returning to the magma floodgates. We're returning to the place where Glorin got betrayed you guys.
Sure.
Yeah.
I
So
like Galen like gives in to their passion and just like fiercely pushes Glorin on the lips in front of the floodgates.
really,
Yeah.
like okay. I think Glorin's very embarrassed. And I think what we see is Glorin asks Velen, "How do you know I'm not leading you into a trap?"
It doesn't matter. I don't care about that anymore. I got you back your soul, Glorin. Now, can't you feel the love that I've held for you all this time?
Yeah. What is the? Can you feel the love tonight?
Can you feel?
Yeah. No. I think. Yeah. I think we have one of those things like, what are these feelings welling up inside of me? What are these butterfly feelings? What are these sparks like a hammer strikes a forge? You know, like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's like, give it.
Is yeah, but like,
Glorin.
I think I don't know. Do we hear like, I think we hear Ellie cry out, and then we kind of like do like that turn and like rush comic book part, and that's where we end the scene, right? So that's my scene.
Cool. Okay. Cool. Let's. So Ondig has to be here. He's way too involved in all of this, and I think he's got to be with. Maybe he's been trapped as well, so he's with Ellie. Like maybe this is a little bit of a skip forward in time where the dragon knows we're doing all this stuff, so that he's just going to like.
Is this final scene just all of us possessed by the dragon?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I could see that.
I was thinking. I'm blanking on the what of the situation. I feel like we're wherever Ellie was being kept, which is maybe like in.
It was the magma floodgates. So like, is it like the room?
That's right. Yeah.
With snakes and stuff.
What is the dragon making us do? Is it Romeo and Juliet, where we're just all killing ourselves?
Maybe.
Could be. Anyways, yeah, but you can put the scene literally anywhere.
Yeah. I think that works. That's fine.
Okay. So what's going on?
We've been captured, and we're in.
No. Okay.
We're in the lair of Benazir, and he's torturing Ellie and Dig for answers and power and stuff like that. And I think he's trying to get information out of Ellie and like find out what she did and just like probe her mind. And he's also trying to like find out what gives me faith when I'm so like close to my demise and crap like that. and he's just going to take my faith from me and then adopt my faith for himself to siphon power from my god and crap.
Evil dragon.
Oh, okay. So you
Yeah.
turn the move back on us. All right.
Yep.
So who's here? Who's in the scene?
I thought I answered all of these questions already. I was thinking just like that Ellie and Ondeg would be here because, you know,
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
that's what I said.
Yeah. So I think Ellie's been like super defiant to the dragon, being like, "You'll never get what you want. They're too smart. You can't trust. Dwarves are too strong."
Mhm.
And probably the dragons, you know, being like, "Enough of your insolence and blah blah blah. You know, you're the perfect bait to get them right where I need them." What's going on with Ondeg?
He's gonna be like, I can't fight for these dwarves anymore. I believe in my faith more than I do in my people. I will have my god forever, but I will not have my friends forever. I'm sorry, Ellie. And then he's going to. There's like dark tendrils just like pulling into the dragon, and then the light of his faith shoots through the tendrils to Thenazir, and there is like the and like the background music and crap.
And is that where we go to the climax?
Yeah, he's just siphoning power, and yeah.
Cool. So now we do our third and final outcome. So once again, I'm going to get my little text box of dice going. So once again, we start with a white and a red. We start again with a white and a red because we won our first challenge and lost our other one. Now we do the main character thing again. Do we all remember the rules for the main character? 0, 1, or 2?
Yep.
Okay.
This is the red one, right?
This is if your main character is unhappy about the path the Fellowship has taken, hold one red stone. If your character's okay. So 0, 1, or 2. 4, 3, 2, 1. Enter.
Big surprise.
Why?
Because my main character actually wants the quest to fail. He's lost hope.
Oh, I thought it was his friendship. I thought he lost his faith, but he wants his friendship to keep going. Okay.
Yeah.
He's willing to sacrifice the cause for his faith, basically.
As a player, do you think the Fellowship succeeded at the quest? Hold white if yes, to red if no. If this will decide the entire quest, not just the challenge. So, once again, 1 is yes, success. 2 is red, no. All right. So, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice.
All right.
White. 8 is white. 9 is white.
Dun dun dun.
So here's the list, so everyone in TV land can see. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll twice with without replacement. So I'm going to roll a D9. Thank you, Internet. Oh, we got a red for our first one.
No.
And then I'm rolling a D8. A 2. A red.
No.
So we fail. We double fail. Fuck. So what happens?
This game's vicious.
This game
I
is
guess
fucking
the
vicious.
dragon gets the god powers, and then we're all doomed forever.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like the dragon wins, but
The dragon ascends to godhood, and then
yeah.
lives over a world of darkness for all eternity.
All right, now it's time to play Apocalypse World or Blades in the Dark in this world. Good job, everybody. We failed. Yeah, I think that's it. Do we have an epilogue? Like, what is our characters' lives after this quest besides dead? I mean, I assume we're all dead now.
I think we see the like pearl sky and the silhouette of the mountain, and then like some music just dwindling into nothingness, and the mountain beginning to smoke, and then it just bursts and rocks fall down the mountain, and then Thenazir with like a floating crown of like embers and fire, and like it's like a halo that's like shaped like an inverted hammer. Like if you were holding it like this, he just has like that. Not periopt. Periopt is around your neck. Like that phylactery around like his head, and he's just soaring through the skies and then just breathing the fire of like
death.
the Father's forge onto the earth and rebuilding it anew.
So it's World of Warcraft's Cataclysm all over again.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, a little
I
bit.
just did it to like the pearly gates, and then past the pearly gates is Mordor.
Yeah.
So that's follow. I mean, that's literally the end of the game. Let's decompress for a little bit. We have some time. I just want to talk about what we thought of the game. This was also a playtest of this version of the rules. So anything we liked, didn't like about the rules, maybe what we liked, didn't like about this game in particular, what we thought we could have done more, what I could have done more as facilitator, I always like to know, etc. So, thoughts?
I think we got pretty good. It's such a brutal game, though.
Right? That's not always true. That was just extremely unlucky. That was extremely unlucky. That was a bad beat. Favor. That was a bad beat twice.
Yeah.
For our first challenge and our third. Yeah. Well, I mean, I like this game a lot. The first time I played this game on stream, though, I didn't feel as inspired as I did today. I felt like I kind of had a better picture of the scenes in my head, and let me do things more vividly than I normally would. I think, at least how I felt. I don't know if that's exactly how it's displayed, like recorded, right? I don't know, but yeah, no, I enjoyed this one a lot. I thought this was a really good game. I like that we did all 3 of the challenges.
Yeah, that's how we spent a longer time opening about the scenes, I guess.
Yeah, I think knowing when to cut a scene and like knowing what's appropriate scope, what's the appropriate scope of a scene is very hard to determine.
Yeah.
Kind of like Fiasco, though. It's very similar to Fiasco in a way. But Fiasco, you can kind of like know when you want. You can feel it out more because you're like there's dice on the line, and like where your character ends at the end of your round kind of can really help you. But
I'm actually compared to like microscope, right? Like
like lighter
sometimes
dark.
you have a scene where you know how it's going to end, and sometimes you have a scene because you don't. I think tonight most of our scenes we knew how it would end from the setup.
Yeah. Well, what I like to call that, I like that you brought that up. It's in one direction you're playing to find out what happens, and then the other direction you're playing to find out how something happens. Right? You don't know how like the line goes from A to B, but you know A to B happens. Right? And that's microscope in a nutshell. Literally, that's microscope in a nutshell. Is you're playing to find out how things happen. Even their scenes can defer back to what play to find out what happens, right? But you can also load them up to be like, you know, what were the consequences of the queen being assassinated? Like, well, we know the queen got assassinated, right? Or,
yeah, it seems like it's different in Follow, where
yeah.
you don't know what's going to happen exactly until the final stone pull.
Yeah. What do you think about the stone pull mechanic? What do you guys think
I
about
love
that?
it. That's like probably my favorite part.
I think it's good. I think as a mechanic, it's quick. It's very easy.
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, I like it, I guess. I mean, I like it. No, I'm sorry. That's weird. Of course I like it. But this game, it still feels like it's missing a couple pieces. It feels like, I don't know, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's kind of like Protocol in a way, where just really the strength of the game is the minimalism of the rules, plus just having, I don't know, I'm sorry. I just realized a better way of expressing what I'm thinking about. This is my problem with freeform games in general. Is when you design a freeform game, you have to like really trust your players to know, like, be able to fill in that space, right? That you're leaving, that you're seeding as a rule set. I'm just as a player, I prefer to have more rules and then be like, fuck it, I don't need that rule, I don't need that one, or I'm gonna bend it because I feel more comfortable than the other way around. You just perfectly
described how I'm designing games at this point as the game designer. Like, there was the longest time where I was designing games and being like, well, I have to let them do what they want, so I can't design too like specifically. And then I realized I was just designing so slowly because I couldn't grab onto anything, that I was just like,
yeah, afraid of committing and making
a decision. Everything, and I have to make the weirdest blades hack possible, and I have to make it super specific. Yeah. And then it's like super fast, because then you can just riff off of stuff you have.
Yeah, you got to take a stand, right?
And crap like that. Yeah.
So yeah,
I don't know if you can do that really with a story game, because there's this thing where, like, when you engage with the system and then you don't use the system the whole time, the system starts to fall apart. So designing a system that you can use only when you want it is a lot more complicated. Because, like, imagine if we decided we're just not going to promote, or we're just not going to follow the order of who sets the scenes, because we feel like we know what we want to do. Like, there are some rules that could be added, like maybe like a resolution mechanic, like inside of the scene.
Well, this is a playtest, right?
Right.
So I don't think this is written yet, but I feel like the most beneficial thing Ben could do for a finished product of this game would be to explain how to better shape scenes when you're given a task, right? Like, I love that you have to choose a challenge, but then it's like, how do you break that challenge into smaller chunks that you can then distribute to every player without addressing the challenge, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, here's what we're doing, but we can't do it. We have to dance around it. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's a little bit disconnecting. And if you're not as if you haven't played as many story games, it might be a little weird. Like, if you're not used to like doing that. But then again, you also shouldn't design a game to solve that problem if that's not what your game's about, right? If you want your game to just, I mean, that's the strength of it. Like, no, like, I'm not going to help you. That's totally cool too, because I completely understand that. But like, for me, like, just like, I love advice. I love like best practices in games. That's why I bought the Codex for Burning Wheel. Like, I like having like designer best practices of like, listen, you might like it differently, but this is how I play. And I'm like, oh, because I don't know.
Yeah.
I like learning how other people play games. Like, that's super interesting to me.
Yeah.
Because, like, shit, like, what's so special about how I play individually? Like, I know I'm not the best at anything, right? So the only thing I can do is learn from people who are better than me, or not even as better than me. Like, just learn from other people, take different ideas, and then reincorporate that later. right? So I love advice things, but obviously this is a playtest, so like I understand not providing those rules when you're doing a playtest, because you kind of want to see how players take your rules, right? Like that's a big deal, right?
Like there could be a variant of this game where you're just not allowed to pursue the task at all, and all you're doing is trying to complete your own character's goals.
Yeah.
And
now that you said that,
whether you complete your character goals,
does the quest get resolved?
It still answers the questions at the end. Like, is your character happy about how things are going?
Oh shit! Yeah,
and then
fork
at the end.
I think that's kind of how it is.
Advancing your character's goals also advance the goal, the challenge.
Yeah, it's almost there, and I think the challenge is part of when you're creating scenes is supposed to kind of put this fork. But yeah, like refining that fork between narrative quest success at personal loss and vice versa. I feel like that's a cool thing to play with more. But yeah.
Yeah, well, in the part where it's saying to make scenes, it doesn't say make a scene where we address a step of the challenge. It's like, it just goes straight into, okay, who's here, what are they doing, and where? And that could be either you're doing like tasks to complete the quest, or your characters are just pursuing those things that we established at the beginning, like Ondig's trying to convince Velen that we should do this and stuff like that, and
I think like if
leave the mountain and get together and stuff like that.
If you made it explicit that you're supposed to be framing a scene to pursue your character goal, it makes the game a whole lot more focused about how you're supposed to set scenes.
Yeah.
But like as it is now, it's like Burning Wheel. Yeah, I wrote this belief, but it never came up, which doesn't really work all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, fortunately, I get to keep playing it, like basically this whole month, as well as a little bit of Eden from our Cobbs. So I'm excited to really like nail this down, because this game, like I like this game a lot. I just want to tweak it a little bit. I want to see how it gets tweaked more. Anyway, so yeah, I love to hear what we're doing. Yeah, I love to hear what Ben has in store with this game, right? It seems super exciting. So anyways, last words, last things, guys.
Sure. It was a great time playing with you guys. I'm looking forward to playing Eden next week. I hope people are down for that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Aethercon. Like, Aethercon is doing their GM registration, and it's not like Roll20Con, but it goes on for 3 days. They get a lot of the indie press to do interviews, and they have like art show competitions and all kinds of stuff. So check it out.
I haven't. So, would you mind linking that in chat, actually?
Sure.
Because I don't know that much about EtherCon.
This is their 5th year. They do.
Oh shit! Oops.
I'm banned forever. Yeah. This is their 5th year.
They do it again.
They don't do it through Twitch. I've been trying to. That's identical to the previous one you sent. Curse you, Twitch. You are. What's this? Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is their 5th year. Like they'll do like a lineup of
games.
Interviews.
Yeah.
It's like you guys missed the early GM registration, but they'll give you like a bunch of PDFs for GMing if you actually show up.
Oh, that's awesome.
it's pretty cool. I mean, I'm going to run 2, maybe 3 games for them, and try and join some games. So
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to get them to talk with Roll20 and Twitch, because they did before, and there was like issues with technology and communication.
What?
So-
That never happens.
It never happens. I'm sure if I get them to talk to each other, they resolve everything.
Yeah.
In the meantime, go there, check it out. They put up a bunch of like videos that they did last year, and I believe they're doing a video series of interviews through the summer to generate hype.
Yeah.
So you don't have to watch everything on Twitch. You can also watch everything on YouTube.
Yeah, for sure. No, thank you so much. I'm putting that in the show notes after that.
Great.
So thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah. And, okay. Well, this has been episode 10 of Once Upon a Game, Season 3, Story Game Variety Show, where we played Ben Robbins' Follow. So, take care.